Hello and welcome to another episode of No Nuisance. It's a game of boundaries that are being hit by two teams. It's the battle of Thakurs in the longest ever test match to be played. It's been more than a year and with God only knows how many innings. The only thing this game tests is your patience. Yes, we are talking about the issues surrounding the battle of the supremacy of cricket management. It's Lodha versus the BCCI. Formed in January 2016 to fix the fixing scandals that surrounded IPL, the Lodha Committee first made headlines when it decided to suspend the team owners of jaundice-affected Chennai Super Kings and poverty-affected Rajasthan Royals for a period of 2 years and a live ban for Gurunath Mayappan and Raj Kundra, both of who are still alive by the way. Next, the Lodha Committee gave the big shake-up by recommending a complete overhaul of Indian cricket management. They shook BCCI from the very top all the way down to the grassroots, affecting all its stakeholders. It was clear from the committee's report that its recommendations were aimed at taking on the established order in the BCCI. The important thing to note is that the BCCI's fate throughout the course of these events has hinged on the fate of individuals associated with it at different stages. While former BCCI and co-owner of Chennai Super Kings N. Srinivasan's tenure was an indication of how not to lead a cricket board. Ex-BCCI President Shashank Manohar's oversight in 2008 is costing Indian cricket dearly at the moment, and the newest former BCCI President Anurag Thakur, for all his daredevilry and upstart ways, has become a small cog in the larger scheme of things. Looks like it's the typical situation with the exes. The first one was a cheater. The next was a manipulating, conniving little family show. And the third was bad timing, I guess. So we have to go back to daddy for advice. The Manohars and Srinivasans may march to the beat of their own drums. Laze about and enjoy the beat of their drums while devouring their steak. What about Indian cricket? Is this what is best for the game? Only time will say, only time will tell. But the good news is that Indian cricket team is making rapid strides on the field while its employers are busy committing harakiri. The BCCI needed a fresh coat of paint after painting the town red for all these years. Yes, but the Supreme Court in its purification drive may have overlooked a few dark spots, which may or may not come back to catch them unawares. For instance, the one state, one vote policy. Before depending on previous contributions made to cricket, votes were not spread uniformly across all states. So now, in all its wisdom, the Supreme Court, swinging its bat everywhere, has decided that equality is the way to go. So every state gets one vote to run the day-to-day affairs of the BCCI. So now, all the states will be affected with the BCCI virus, regardless of whether they are interested in cricket or not. Brace yourself. Out of the several decisions that have been taken by the court-directed committee, get a load of this. 1. One state, one vote. Hum sab ek hain. We are all the same cricketing blood type, no? Second, an age cap of 70 years for all administrators. Thanks for stepping down, Sharad Pawar. Here's a retirement cap. And third, and the cool-off period, which is 3 years, for any office bearer within BCCI and affiliated state units, while the warm-up period for an office bearer is, you guessed it right, 3 years. In addition to all of this, Lodha Committee also put banks on hold for providing funds to BCCI, due to which is facing problems in decision making on upcoming series. And Yes Bank had to say no, which nullifies its existence as a bank. But how will it affect small stakeholders, the state and district associations? Several state associations who are under purview of BCCI are cash-strapped, and delay in disbursal of funds will adversely impact their day-to-day operations. This means maintenance issue, payments of bills, and also wages for ground staff and players. All take a beating. Seems like the Lodha Committee has been playing a parallel demonetization game of its own. But its main motive, transparency, is what everyone wants. Due to Lodha committee, various state committee has started taking the fair path by providing better facilities to the players. Talent is getting chance and cricket at domestic level getting fairer and fairer. So fair that NDTV will not air any domestic cricket news. My intention is not to make the Supreme Court look bad, but agree with former BCCI President Anurag Thakur, who said sarcastically after he was sacked, if the Supreme Court feels BCCI would do better under retired judges, then I wish them all the best. I'm sure they would do well. It is not the Supreme Court's responsibility to run cricket in the country, but it can consider laying down the law. It can also haul up officials for mismanagement of funds, something the BCCI should have done but refused to because ignoring corruption is the price to pay for staying in power. The Lodha committee has barred ministers, bureaucrats and all government servants from holding positions in Indian cricket. This BCCI considers is a bit harsh. The fact is that most outcomes in India is linked to having people in high places being your benefactor. There cannot be a bigger example of this than the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. When the stadium was built in 1974 at breakneck speed, it was possible only because the head of the Bombay Cricket Association, S.K. Wankhede, was a politician. The question now is, who is going to scratch your back when it's itching and for sinister pleasures you have gotten your hands tied? It's all grey if you ask me. The BCCI and its former president Anurag Thakur are by now clear in their mind that taking the highest court of the land head on was like a TVS taking an Ashok Leyland truck. The Apex Court has already appointed a committee of administrators to clean BCCI's dirty laundry. The National Selection Panel has now pruned to 3 selectors with Gagan Khoda and Jatin Paranjpe living as they did not meet the set norms. The entire situation is like the court is the umpire and he is telling BCCI, you're out buddy. But after several DRS referrals, the BCCI has finally started the long way back to the dressing room. So Guru, post-match presentation comments. BCCI lost the game but they played well and scored a lot of runs. But Supreme Court had a very good top order that couldn't be dismissed. So it's no surprise that they won the game. Boss, let me tell you something. एक तरफ है हाथी और एक तरफ है चींटी. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भांडा फोड़ा. मैन ऑफ द मैच जस्टिस लोधा. ठोको ताले.